evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of NPU Weekly, the weekly webcast show that brings you up to date in all the latest news in the world of North Park University athletics. I am your host, Kevin Shepke, and for this next 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes, we'll be bringing you up to date on all the latest news that's been going on within the winter athletics, especially with all the good times that have been going on with men's basketball team as they just continue to go on many hot streaks here as they have now won 6 of their last 5 or 6 of their last 7 games now, as they have completely gone off and just reeled off an unbelievable amount of wins here in these past couple of weeks. When we last left you earlier on February 3rd, the Vikings had just returned to action that the next night, February 4th, men's basketball, and they earned a 71-68 victory over Wheaton College, the first victory for the Vikings since January 16th, 2010 over Wheaton. Juwan Henry, sophomore guard, had 22 points in that game, and freshman Colin Lake had 10 points for North Park in that game, so it's just an unbelievably solid victory for the Vikings, as they are now 3-1 in their last 4 games. After that Wheaton game, they went on to earn another victory, a 72-66 victory over Millikin in Decatur. Freshman Jordan Robinson scored 17 points in the game and had a 3-point play with 27 seconds left that kept the Vikings in contention for the victory all the way through, and they were able to get that victory over Millikin. Unfortunately, they had a setback on February 11th, losing an 89-49 decision to Elmhurst College, but then they bounced back with probably one of their best games of the season, which pretty much ranks up there along with the Augustana victory they had a couple of weeks ago, as they defeated Illinois Wesleyan on Valentine's Day 85-83 behind 28 points from Jordan Robinson. So now the Vikings, they have an opportunity for the first time in program history to make the CCIW Conference postseason tournament, when they will be traveling to Naperville to take on North Central College next week for their first ever possibility of getting in the CCIW postseason tournament. It's basically a win or go home situation for the Vikings. As I said, yes, they're off to they went through their last 4 games. They're at 3-1 in those 4 games, and we have a couple of highlights that we'd like to show you from as the Wheaton game as well as that Illinois Wesleyan game that was here on Saturday. So let's go ahead and show you those highlights right now.
Cross court pass to Cobbs. This is Lake, back to Cobbs. Up top to Jordan Robinson. McNamara in the high post, drives down low, off the glass and in. Boss right there on the weak side for the putback. It's 4-2 North Park, 18:50 to go here in the first half. Robinson for 3, knocked it down! This is Tischer in the open floor. Tischer blocked from behind by Robinson. Vikings with a 2-on-2. Henry got the feed from Cobbs and laid it in. Gives it to Tischer, who's got the ball. Lake comes up with the ball. TJ Cobbs lays it in. 28-25 North Park with 3:49 to go. Cobbs underneath to Hutchinson. Hutchinson's fadeaway won't go. Robinson with a putback. Smith cutting. Has the ball knocked out of his hands by Colin Lake. Pye to Hutchinson. Underneath to Robinson for the layup.
Head men's basketball coach Tom Slater, North Park coming off another CCIW win, 71-68 over Wheaton College. And Tom, I don't know, I guess the question is, they keep setting them up for you in the CCIW and you keep knocking them down. Talking about what you guys are able to do here.
Well, you're not getting tired of it, Kevin.
Absolutely not.
I mean, we kind of like it. And our players are doing a nice job of handling it. And seems like we've kind of broken through here in the last couple of weeks. And Wheaton is a good team. They've been in a lot of games. They've had people down, and they've just struggled to finish games. And I thought our guys made some plays. We made some really good plays late. Shot some layups, and the ball went halfway down and came back out, which would have made it a little easier on us. But we executed plays, and we made some hustle plays to give ourselves a chance to win at the end. I mean, Colin Lake had a huge just offensive rebound where he laid out, dove on the floor, pushed it to Juwan. Juwan drove it to the basket and got fouled hard and shot flagrant intentional foul. So that was a big possession in the game. So we won the battle of the boards, which we were losing at halftime, which was huge, and we continue to roll on.
Mm-hmm. What do you probably think is the biggest thing you can attribute to this? I mean, obviously it's confidence, but I mean, what else do you think can be the biggest thing that you can attribute to the success you guys have been having so far?
Well, you said it. Don't overthink it. It's confidence. It's belief, and they're powerful things. And those gentlemen in that locker room right now are believing. So the thing we have to do is make sure that as coaches that we don't get in their way and we overcoach and let them have fun.
Talking about what Javon Henry was able to do, leading 3 scores and with double figures, 22 points. Talk about what he was able to do tonight.
Well, it was a gutty performance. Juwan's been sick for 2 days, and you know he just kind of has a knack for making shots at opportune times. He stuck a big 3 in. He attacked the basket there late and got fouled, and you know he's a dynamic player and a dynamic scorer, and no matter who we play, they got to worry about him. And you know, we're glad that he's playing well.
Talking about, too, I mean, the gym has kind of become a little bit of a friendly confines for you guys. Talking about what that's been able to do.
The cracker box up here? The cracker box? Okay. Well, all the alum, all the former players that understand what the Wheaton rivalry and the Wheaton game is all about, the cracker box is becoming alive and well, and it's for you guys, not us. We're trying to represent the North Park community and bring this thing back. So we covet your support, and we're going to continue to try to do our part.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, Tom.
Go Vikings!
Stolen by TJ Cobbs. Cobbs with the layup makes it a 2-point ball game. 10-8. Vikings in a hurry. This is Henry for 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Robinson. Robinson with the putback from the top of the key and misses it. Hutchinson rebounds it. Kucherov for 3. Knocked it down. Lake for 3. Knocked it down. Colin Lake swishes a 3 and the Vikings have a 10-point lead. Doesn't hit the second one. Colin Lake has the ball. The Vikings win. The Vikings win. Upset number 3.
Men's basketball coach Tom Slater, North Park, coming off another solid victory, 85-83 over number 24 ranked Illinois Wesleyan University. And Tom, I know you and I were just talking about this. I know the point difference obviously was the difference in the game. What do you think was also the biggest difference in the game for the guys?
It was senior day, and Trent Kuchera and Mike Wilson played really well tonight. Trent made some big plays. And then as a team, on Valentine's Day, we played with a lot of heart. And what better day to play with heart? So, and as a result, we got rebounded by 15. We make plays down the stretch, and our guys believed.
Talk about that a little bit more, the rebounding that you guys. What do you think was obviously hard, but what else do you think it was in that facet of the game?
In the shoot around today, I gave them little sweet tart hearts, okay, and I told them to believe and understand who they were, and that the reason that we have succeeded the way that we've succeeded is that we have big hearts and we've maximized our ability. And that's why you see 5'10" guys going up and skying late in the game and getting rebounds. That's why TJ Cobbs has 9 rebounds. They're overachieving. It's not our credit as coaches, it's players that understand who they are and what they have to do.
Touch a little bit more on senior day, but what both Trent and Michael were able to do tonight.
Well, I mean, Trent, where do you start with Trent? Trent's been here. He's been through 3 coaches in his college career. He's been through a lot of ups and downs, seen a lot of players come and go. He's the only player still here when I came here on our roster. And he's not probably played as much as he wanted sometimes, but he's always ready. And tonight he comes in, he gets, I think, 5 rebounds, 3 of them offensive. He hits a big 3 in the first half. He's a winner. He's a winner. And Mike Wilson has been ill, and he came in and gave us big minutes. It's great to see guys on senior day playing their last home game get success. I mean, you never forget as a player your last game on senior day, so they'll remember that the rest of their lives.
Absolutely. Talking about what you guys were able to do with the free throw line too, converting that 30 of 40 attempts.
Well, evidently we learned that the first half we didn't shoot it very well, and we made the adjustment. We shot it, I think, 24 of 27 the second half.
Yeah.
So, and they were big late because it was a free throw shooting contest late in the game. I don't know if we went to the line maybe 12 times in the last minute of the game. So, it kept us a 2-possession lead most of the time, which kind of allowed us to breathe easy, and they came down and made some shots, and we survived.
can't ask for anything more than having a chance to go to the postseason in the last game of the season. Talking about what that means going to North Central next week now.
Well, I mean, for us, it's win or go home. So our tournament starts Saturday. And, hey, we wanted to make the tournament, so let's play it a week early.
All right. Thanks so much, Tom.
Go Vikings!
Like I said, just exciting times for the Vikings right now, as they will now be ending the season on February 21st, the regular season at North Central College, and hopefully for the Vikings they can pull out that victory and move on to the conference postseason tournament. Moving to the other sports on campus, the North Park women's basketball team unfortunately has not had the same fortune as the North Park men's basketball team. In their last 4 games, they are out. They had gone out to a 1-3 margin. 1-3 mark, actually. On February 4th, they ended up losing a tough 63-48 decision to Wheaton, and then but later came back to earn a nice solid victory over Milliken in Decatur for their first victory over the Big Blue in Decatur since February 2006, a 65-63 victory. Nikki Bishevoslavsky had 15 points in that game and ended up scoring the game winner for the Vikings with 4:10 left in that matchup. After that, the Vikings went on to, unfortunately, lose a close game, 57-53 to Elmhurst, February 11th. But Nikki Bishevoslavsky continued to light up the scoreboard as she had a career-high 19 points in that game. And the Vikings also had a season-high 7 blocks in that game. And then North Park later followed that up, unfortunately, with another loss on February 14th, Valentine's Day, this past Saturday, where they lost a close one, 72-68 to the Titans. Sully Roman had an 18-point game in there. That was a game high for her, a team high for the Vikings in that game. Sully Roman with the 18 points. And Rachel Torres had a career-high 9 assists in that game. So now the Vikings, they will be traveling to Naperville to finish out the season on Saturday, when they'll be taking on North Central College prior to the men's game on the February 21st at 5 p.m. As I said, as well, from these the last 4 games, we have a couple of highlights that we'd like to show you from women's basketball as well. So let's go ahead and show that to you right now.
Annie Shane inbounds to Torres. Down to Shane. Shane to a cutting Roman. Roman with the layup. This is Rachel Torres. Torres in the lane. Her jumper is good. Basket, but the layup attempt no good by Eppard. Rebounded by Amani Davis. Pass up ahead to Sloan. Sloan's layup is good. Vikings hands the ball to Shebaswowski. She drives the lane. Up high and off the glass and in. 46 seconds remaining. Vikings trail by 5. Amani Davis attempts a 3. Swished it!
Women's basketball coach Amanda Crockett. North Park coming off an unfortunate 57-53 loss to Elmhurst College this evening. Amanda, what do you think the unfortunate breakdown was in tonight's game?
Well, I think the big 3 categories were turnovers. Turned it over 19 times. We got beat on the glass. They doubled us in offensive rebounds. And then free throws. They went to the line, 25 times to our 8. Those are the 3 categories that you really try to win in a basketball game. We didn't come close to winning any of them. We were lucky to lose by 4.
Obviously, though, it's a frustrating loss, but what do you think is one thing you guys can pull out of this game moving forward as a positive?
I thought Nikki Shebaslavsky really stepped up, came off the bench, was a nice spark for us, had 19 points. She's been playing pretty consistent for us, which is really good to see.
Talking about, you guys said that you had 19 turnovers. Talking about where do you think the breakdown was there for that, unfortunately?
We just didn't value the possession. It's not like they were getting up the floor and pressing. I think there's a lot of mental breakdowns. We didn't reverse the ball and get ball movement like we wanted to.
Okay. All right, thanks so much.
Annie is a 4-year letter winner for the Vikings. As one of North Park's top perimeter shooters, Shane has connected on 110 career 3-pointers, including a career-high 49 this season, and holds a career 3-point field goal percentage of 36.7, making 110 shots out of 299 attempts. She currently ranks second on the team in points per game at 8.4 points per game, and 3-point field goal percentage, shooting just under 40%. She has started in 17 games this year and scored a career-high 17 points, which she shot a blistering 50% from the 3-point line, 4 of 8 in a 76-56 victory over Eureka College November 29th.
Shebeswowski at the buzzer. Didn't make the shot. Torres gets the rebound, won't go. Another rebound. This one, a good putback by Sully Roman. So the Vikings attacking the offensive boards. Evan with 16:52 to go. Stolen by Shane. Pass up ahead to Torres. Torres with the layup. Torres up ahead to Shebeswowski. Off the glass and in for Nikki P. 11-11. Vikings on a 7-0 run. Torres drives in. Her layup is good. Roman off the glass and in. Nice entry pass.
All right, so just Vikings hopefully to bounce back and finish the season on a high note, hopefully on the 21st of February when they travel down to Naperville. Looking at the other sport on campus, the North Park men's and women's track and field team. Vikings last had competition on February 7th when they were at the University of Chicago, and they competed at the Windy City Rumble, 2015 Windy City Rumble, and there were a couple of individual school records set in that meet. Senior Dave Anderson set a new school record in the weight throw as he had a toss of 16.27 meters, breaking the old record he had set last year by almost a full meter at 15.69. And then Elena Gunnarsson ended up winning the long jump for the Vikings. She had a toss or a leap of 5.28 meters. And Rasmus Elfgaard had a leap of 4.0 meters in the pole vault, which now ranks number 4 all-time in North Park, all-time career list on North Park. So now the Vikings, they had this past week off for training. They will be returning to action this coming Friday when they travel to UW Milwaukee, February 20th. So we hope that you continue to follow the basketball teams online. As I said, North Park men's and women's basketball will be traveling to Naperville on Saturday, February 21st, to take on North Central College to finish out the regular season. Hopefully for the men's basketball team, it will not be their last game, as they will hopefully move on to the postseason tournament. And the women's basketball team as well. Hopefully they can finish out the season as well strong. And hope to follow the men's, women's track and field teams. And it's hard to believe, I know, but also starting next week, the North Park baseball team will be in action when they'll be traveling down to Georgia to take on Berry College. So right away, the things have been starting out on the diamonds, as well as for softball, as well as they will be starting up their season soon in March. So hopefully in the next coming weeks, when we do rejoin you in 2 weeks for NPU Weekly, we'll be bringing you some one-on-one coaching interviews with hopefully Katie Anderson and Coach Luke Johnson. So once again, we hope you enjoyed this edition of NPU Weekly. Keep following our Vikings, and in the meantime, go Vikings!